Good morning, everyone. Happy weekend to you all. Take a look at this video.
In fact, let me say this very categorical. If I were him, I would resign and face all the allegations against me. And that would have been more honorable because from all the information we're getting, my predecessor was fully involved in some of these banditry issues. Typical is the fact that that was a permanent secretary when his children were abducted. And it was unfortunate that he had to pay ransom through the government house. And it was also very clear based on all the allegations that bandits were being kept at government house. There are so many issues. So for me, honestly, if I were him, I'll step aside and face this allegation until I clear my name before I come back and continue my job. That should have been more honorable. And how can you imagine all these allegations against him? And he's still the Minister of Defense. I mean, that is unfair. This man could have been honorable, stay aside, face all these allegations, clear his name, and then come back and continue to do whatever he wants to do. Whether he wants to remain as minister or he wants to do something else, that would have been more honorable as far as I'm concerned. If I'm in that position, believe me, I'll put in my resignation letter.
Well, Your Excellency, he has not been nailed by the EFCC, so why do you think he should have been probed before taking up the appointment?
There were a lot of issues in the past.
Yeah, you heard him well. That is the incumbent governor of Zamfara state. This man has been making news since he has assumed office. He has been exposing some secret facts that they never wanted people to know. So this Dauda Ndawa is saying that his predecessor, who is the Minister of State of Defense to Tinubu, that he supported the bandits and so on and so forth. In other words, in a nutshell, he is a bandit.
In fact, let me say this very categorical. If I were him, I would resign and face all the allegations against me. And that would have been more honorable because from all the information we're getting, my predecessor was fully involved in some of these banditry issues. Typical is the fact that that was a permanent secretary when his children were abducted. And it was unfortunate that he had to pay ransom through the government house. And it was also very clear based on all the allegations that bandits were being kept at government house. There are so many issues. So for me, honestly, if I were him, I'll step aside and face this allegation until I clear my name before I come back and continue my job. That should have been more honorable. And how can you imagine all these allegations against him? And he's still the Minister of Defense. I mean, that is unfair. This man could have been honorable, stay aside, face all these allegations, clear his name, and then come back and continue to do whatever he wants to do. Whether he wants to remain as minister or he wants to do something else, that would have been more honorable as far as I'm concerned. If I'm in that position, believe me, I'll put in my resignation letter.
Well, Your Excellency, he has not been nailed by the EFCC, so why do you think he should have been probed before taking up the appointment?
There were a lot of issues in the past.
So right from the time this man started exposing the corruption in government, how the government agencies and people in government are sponsoring the terrorism in Nigeria, I think he is making this place to be uncomfortable for them. Thank God for social media. Since 3 months back, there have been a lot of exposition. Any move they are making, there have been series of exposition towards them, and this is making them to be uncomfortable. And it is making the government to shake. That is why I don't play with all these videos that concerns insecurity. There is no need of government. Libya will be better than Nigeria if Nigeria don't want to protect their citizens. Libya that don't have government for so long, when you get to Libya, you will see that Libya is more coordinated than Nigeria. What is the essence of having a government that doesn't care or protect the lives and property of the people? And that is why I'm telling every Nigerian, play a part in exposing all this insecurity allegation against the government. Play a part to support it. You can support it by reporting what is going on in your area. You can support it by sharing the videos that are related to all this insecurity going on in Nigeria. You can support it by different, ways, because if it doesn't happen to you today, that does not mean it will not come to your doorstep tomorrow. God forbid if everybody did not join hands to continue to expose these people, their evil deed, what they are doing against the innocent people. There is no doubt that the government is against the people, but the people should not keep quiet because the government is against them. Nigeria could be termed as a terrorist state, and there is a proof to them all. You are just listening to an incumbent governor of Zamfara state telling you that someone who is a minister of defense, that the person is sponsoring terrorism, that the person kept bandits in the government house in Zamfara state. So this government could be termed as a terrorist government. So Nigeria government is a terrorist government, and they have not stopped doing what they are doing, and they have not denied any allegation. When the chief of all armed forces, the president, is telling you that if he fights insecurity, they will kill him, you should know that your lives are in danger. It's so unfortunate that Nigerians will wake up. They don't know that they are on a death row. You can just come out, you will be kidnapped. Nigerians don't know what to do any longer. And that is why I'm telling everyone, if you keep quiet, you become an accomplice. The evil is growing in our community because people who are supposed to speak are keeping quiet. They are not talking. There is no need to keep quiet in the presence of uncertainties. Things are not moving well, so you should not keep quiet. Report what is going on in your area. Let me tell you, 80% of insecurity going on in Nigeria is not on social media. And here is the proof. Listen to me. So many things going on in your village. Have you ever seen it on news media? Absolutely no. Nobody's reporting it. So you take a step and start reporting what is going on in your community. Send the videos to us. Send it to so many news media. Let the world know what is going on. Because sometimes when we speak like this, they will think that, oh, it's because these people hate the government of the day. Who cares about the government? Is Nigeria meant to be a country? This is just a hypothesis everybody is trying. People are already talking about 2027 election. That, oh, we are going to bring competent people. I am just folding my hands watching. I am not against election. I'm not against bringing competent people. But look down. Settle down to look down. And understand, is competent people really the main problem of Nigeria? Maybe they have not told you about the history of Nigeria, how Nigeria became a country. Nigeria was just a company. Let me tell you, when you are solving a mathematical question, if you miss one from the premise, you won't get the answer. That is the state of Nigeria. They never meant Nigeria to be a country. It was a Royal Niger Company. And that Royal Niger Company, let me tell you, for people who don't know, that is the Unilever Nigeria Limited today. That Unilever that made your toothpaste, made everything. So many things in Nigeria, sorry for the call. So many things in Nigeria. This Unilever Nigeria is the one who are making it. So if you understand how Nigeria was, forming to a country, you will not come out and begin to talk what you don't know. Go and study your history. So the Royal Niger Company was based on slavery. From there, they started exporting oil, palm out of Niger Delta, Nigeria. They killed so many kings. They chased so many kings out of Nigeria just for them to get what they want. And at the end, they moved to the Lagos area where they were having the headquarters of slaves and so on and so forth. And later, they now colonized Lagos. They call it Lagos Protectorate and so on. All those things are part of history anyway. I don't want to go into them in this video. What I'm trying to tell you is that I want you to play a part in exposing what is going on in Nigeria. I want you to play a part in exposing the insecurity challenges in Nigeria. I want you to play a part in exposing corruption. You can't continue to keep quiet like this. Things are going wrong. People are dying every day. Just as I said, Nigerians don't know the next person who will be on the death row. People who died yesterday, as reported to me, they never knew that they are going to pass away yesterday. They just came out and they were unfortunate. They met insecurity on the road, terrorists who just make them to die, pass away like that. And Nigeria don't have statistics of people who are dying from all this insecurity and so on and so forth. And here you have a governor from the insecurity ravaged state, Zamfara. I think I would say may God bless this governor. This governor needs support. He needs protection because the way he has been exposing insecurity in Nigeria, the way this governor has been, on top of this game, letting people to know, come on, we know all these terrorists. They are from our people. They are our brothers. If I want to stop them, I can stop them. But I am not the one who is in charge of the police and the military. That was what he said yesterday.
Like I said, we know where these guys are. We know where they live. We know their parents.
You know them as a government?
Of course we do. They live with the same community we live.
So why is it difficult to get them?
That is the $1 million question that I should ask you.
We are trying to understand, for those of us who are now conversant with Zamfara, have never been there, and we hear you as a chief security officer speak tonight to say you know these people, but yet you can't get them. It's a head scratcher.
It is something that we are trying to all put our heads together. That is why, from what I can do as a governor, to have this CPG as a first line of defense. Of course, military are there, police are there, as well as civil defense, but they are not under my control. They are under the control of federal government. And they are.
So, if I am seeing all these things that are going on in Nigeria, it makes me look so sad because the people are so dumb. Nigerians are intelligent, and I swear they are so dumb. According to Odubeje, as far as Nigeria is like this, we are all illiterate. Because you can't tell me that some brilliant people, including professors, will look at the way Nigeria is and they will just say that, let us work for a better country. How? Everybody wants a better country. Yes, everybody wants a better country. But if you don't know the problem, you can't give solution. A lot of people are giving solution of Nigeria as a political regime change. The political regime change is not the hope of the people. The political regime change can never be the hope of Nigerians. I do say this time without number. Most of our leaders who are there in the presidency, you might consider that these people were not bad. But when they get there, there is a system and power that controls them. When Tinubu was telling them, Tinubu, that if I fight insecurity, they will kill me. Tell me, who is that person who has that power to just kill Tinubu like that? People are still playing. You people don't know the kind of country you are in. You are still playing. So until we realize, you come to figure out the problem. This is a governor telling you that Minister of Defense in Tinubu cabinet was harboring bandits in his house. The same thing happens to Shetima. He was harboring Boko Haram in his house. What is these people's mission? Ask yourself that question. What is these people's mission? And everybody is just playing as if nothing is going on. Anyway, I am Okocha Marcel. I talk reality out of issues. Kindly help me to share this video. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly do. See you on my next video. Thank you.